Blossom rides through the cool autumn afternoon. Private Barnett at the wheel. The front line is not too far. You can get there in just under an hour from Splendid if you travel by car. Victoria stands, holding on to the heavy machine gun. Feeling the breeze through her hair, she breaks the silence.
I love it out here.
Barnett nods in agreement. Vic continues.
I mean, the wind in your hair, the quietness of everything. I miss the old world, sure. But things seem simpler now. And being out here on the open road gives me a real sense of freedom.
Apparently feeling more comfortable around Victoria, the young Private Barnett speaks up. You know, I agree on what you were saying back there. About this war, I mean. I think it's stupid. Vic responds to clarify her position.
I mean, all the killing seems pointless. Enough people have died already. And the zombies to the south are a real threat. They destroyed my home, killed everyone I knew, and they're very organized.
Barnett looks forward, towards the road, as he chooses his words. We do have to fight, though. The Carolites will kill us all and take everything we have if we don't resist them. We have to fight back to survive.
Maybe you're right. But I just can't see the point in all the killing while there is a real threat to all humans out there.
Williams interrupts their conversation. I've been on the radio, but haven't heard anything from Outpost Foxtrot. We're just a few miles from them now. We should be careful.
All right. Take it slow, Barnett. We don't want any surprises.
Vic mans the gun and scans the trees around them as they move forward. What's that? Barnett calls out, apparently having seen something up ahead in the trees on the left side of the road. Vic looks closely. Someone is emerging from the tree line. They look really big. As they get closer, Vic notices that it's actually a smaller person carrying someone on their shoulders.
Barnett, stop on the road close to them.
Vic orders. Yes, ma'am. Barnett slows the vehicle and stops on the road. They come to a halt, and Vic can recognize John being carried on Sam's back. It's an unusual sight. Sam is a smaller woman. Despite that, she is still lugging John along with his gear on her back. She's clearly very exhausted, having used almost all her energy to save her commander. She arrives next to the jeep and drops John on the grass next to the road. He's clearly in bad shape. Blood has been seeping out from a piece of shrapnel wedged in his gut, and there's a nasty red mark on his forehead.
Is he okay? What happened?
Vic snaps at Sam. Sam is on the floor, panting, clearly having used almost all her energy. Through her breaths, she manages to utter a few words.
They're coming.
Vic darts her head back towards the tree line, where she sees several Carolites emerging as they begin to open fire on the jeep. Several bullets whistle past them, and they ping off the jeep too. Vic mans the gun and begins spraying the tree line full of bullets. The heavy machine gun proves to be extremely effective. The whole area lights up. Trees are smashed apart as pieces of wood splinter all around the Carolites. Bullets tear right through any protection the enemies have. Mists of blood splatter all around. Arms and legs are torn off from their owners and go flying into the air. The few Carolites that survive the massive destruction flee back into the tree line, running very fast back to where they came from. Vic ceases her firing and looks around at her men. Barnett and Williams are uninjured. Williams has even taken up his M4 and was shooting into the tree line as well. But next to that heavy machine gun, she barely even noticed. She looks to John. He's still alive, for now. She jumps off the jeep to check his condition, putting her hand to his forehead. He's very hot. She checks his pulse. Still going. Victoria now turns her attention to Sam. She's been shot in the arm and is still bleeding, which makes the fact that she was able to carry John even more shocking.
You carried him all this way? We're at least a couple of miles from Outpost Foxtrot.
Vic asks, surprised, and also quite impressed. Sam, still panting, simply nods to confirm this.
All right.
Vic says admiringly.
Williams, help me lift him onto the truck.
Vic grabs John's arms. Williams hops out of the jeep and grabs his legs. They load him onto the truck and start driving back to Splendid. Williams mans the gun on the way back so that Victoria can radio Allied Command.
Victoria to Allied Command, come in.
No response.
Blossom to Allied Command, come in, Allied Command.
A voice replies on the radio. It's the captain. He doesn't sound as irritated as he was before. He actually sounds a little concerned. Victoria, this is Allied Command. Report, over.
Outpost Foxtrot has been overrun by the Karenites. We have picked up 2 wounded survivors. We encountered the enemy a few miles southeast of the outpost. 0 casualties on our side. Returning to base, over.
The radio cracks on. Roger that, Victoria. The 2 survivors are to be transferred to Joe's after your return. Over.
What?
Vic mutters.
Captain, these people are wounded. They need to be taken to the infirmary.
We can't spare the manpower, the captain responds, as if having said this 100 times already. It's not a frontline assignment, Victoria. They'll have time to recover. Over and out. Vic slams the microphone back into the radio.
Damn it!
She says angrily. She looks to John, and then to Sam.
How can he be so irresponsible? He clearly needs a doctor.